Delhi Capitals, that's the team that everyone wants to know what they will do in 2022 because look, they've had the makings of being a champion side in the last 2 years, but they haven't been able to cross the line. It's been so close yet so far, but no cigar, so to speak. And we have, of course, Shub, who's going to be joining us in terms of previewing Delhi before the toughest T20. Shub, first and foremost, how are you, my friend? And how excited are you about your fan franchise, Delhi Capitals?
Well, I'm quite excited, of course, but I'm quite nervous as well. And as always, the nervousness actually supersedes the excitement. So let's see how the upcoming 8 weeks, how they pan out for me and for Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, Delhi Capitals, of course, going to be led by this man, Rishabh Pant, but they have some of the old folks as well. And Nokia, as you can see, we'll break down the squad for you right now, right here, because that's what we've been doing so far in all our previews. And to give you guys a glimpse of what they have in terms of all the departments, in terms of openers, middle order, and generally pretty much every department. So, sure, when you look at this particular graphic, what stands out the most? Because the batting looks very, very scary from an opposition perspective. Am I right?
Yeah, the batting looks scary. The batting is well. Our top four is for our top four. I'll say they are as good as any other franchisee. I mean, Prithvi Shaw, David Warner, Mitchell Marsh, and then Rishabh Pant at number four. So I think our top four are really good. But then comes number five, six, and number five and six. So in the past, Delhi have had issues with number five and six. It was a lot of times it was the case of Rishabh Pant having to do all the work in the middle order. Now they have Sarfaraz Khan and Robman Powell. Both of them are at a very secure point in their career right now. I'll say because Sarfaraz Khan, we saw what he has just done in the past few weeks at the Ranji level. So I mean, he has been scoring hundreds for fun. Roman Powell, after a speed bump, he's once again looking good to go for a long stint in his international career again. But at the same time, you don't know how will they pan out in IPL because they are yet to do anything noteworthy in the IPL circuit till now. So I don't know what to expect from a number five and six. It is almost as if the glass is half full or half empty because it can go either way. So yeah, our batting looks good. Number five and six, still you don't know what to expect from them. There is a similar case with our bowling as well because Delhi used to be one of the most complete bowling sides in the last 2 3 years actually, and now from a bowling lineup of Avesh Khan, Enric Nokia, and Kagiso Rabada, we are just down. We only have just one guy left from that pack, and that is Enric Nokia, and
Yeah.
even he is injured. So I don't know. Once again, the glass is either half full or half empty with when it comes to our bowling lineup as well.
Yeah, and you made some vital points there. Now, you've, of course, touched upon the best possible playing 11 on paper. Let's put that out for the benefit of our viewers right now and help us talk to this about the viewers watching this one show. Because, look, you mentioned about this four, and they look absolutely devastating on paper. Do you expect Rahman Pearl to probably get the nod straight up? Because, of course, Mitchell Marsh is there as well. There are other options in plenty, as we can see the squad depth once again in terms of the international picks. Is it an obvious choice? Would they go in for someone like Tim Sefer? Would they go in for someone like, I don't know, maybe Alungi Ngidi and strengthen that bowling? Or do you expect Robin Paul to probably start all games?
Robert Powell has to play. I feel it is a no-brainer right now because, as I said, Delhi have struggled in finishing games in the last couple of years actually, and Robin Powell, they have picked him to do exactly that thing. And if he fires, he can be Delhi's Kyron Pollard. Actually, he's a similar sort of a guy who bats at number five and six. He can. He can hit some lusty blows right from the first ball. He's a bona fide finisher, I will say. And just like Aaron Pollard, he can contribute with the ball as well. But right now, I'm not looking at his bowling at all. If he's able to bowl, that is a bonus for Delhi. But yeah, definitely with his hitting abilities and where he is at the point and where he is in his career right now, having scored that 100 against England in the last week of January, I mean, it shows that what he can do, and Delhi would definitely want that in their side. So I think he is a certain starter in the first 6 7 games at least.
Yeah, and you mentioned about, of course, the international flair, and David Warner needs no introduction because he's going to be absolutely brilliant to see with Prithvi Shaw. That's going to be good to see. But the Indian core, which is so often talked about in every IPL team, as a fan, how do you view the Indian core of this Delhi squad? Because look, they have some fantastic players in Akshay Patel. Lord Thakur now is a Delhi Capital player, so you must walk a hoop, or do you think there's still some weaknesses there?
There are some weaknesses when you compared it with the squad of the last 2 years actually. And once again, I am referring to the squad of last 2 years because that squad was just too good, and it was impossible for Delhi to retain all their players actually. And one player that they will definitely miss, it is not Shreyas Iyer. I feel Avesh Khan will be missed a lot because without both Rabada and Avesh Khan, Enric Nokia becomes the only bowler at who can bowl consistently in the 140s for Delhi. And even he's injured now. So now you see that how important Avesh Khan was, because if he was there, he could have taken that role. He could have absorbed Enric Nokia's unavailability. So yeah, I feel no Avesh Khan. He is a big miss. Except that, I think the Indian core is still quite good. But yeah, Avesh Khan is definitely a big miss for Delhi.
Okay, and of course, just want to paint a picture on the years to come for Delhi because look, every squad has been built with, of course, that vision. You talk about people like Yash Dull and Vicky Ostwal, and of course, the other youngsters in that squad. How much of an excitement is there to that? I mean, and do you think they will be automatically kind of drip fed into the squad? Do you think Ricky Ponting will probably like bleed them in slowly?
I think they will come in slowly. Vicky Oswald right now, I think, is a like for like replacement for Akshar Patel.
Right.
He's pretty similar to how Akshar Patel bowls as well. Left arm spinner, high release point by the virtue of their height. So I think Vicky Oswald we have. A like for like replacement for Akshar Patel, which is good. Yash Dhul, he will be quite behind in the pecking order to start with because there are. I feel Sarfaraz Khan is a certain starter, and then there are players like Lalit Yadav in front of him, and there are a few more players as well. So Yash Dhul will be quite behind in the pecking order right now. But I have been seeing some of his sessions in the on social media that Delhi Capitals has been putting up on Instagram, and he looks in really good touch. So you never know if he impresses Ricky Ponting with his shots and in the sessions. You may see him at some point, but definitely not in the first half. I see.
Yeah, there's some versatility in that bowling lineup as well. I mean, they could bring in someone like Chetan Sakaria, of course, who Shub has got down in terms of his best 11 over there. Final question from me then, because the last 3 years from a Delhi Capitals fan perspective has been really encouraging. They've, of course, topped the table the last time out, was so close in 2020, and then they stumbled in that final against Mumbai. Where do you think Delhi will end up this year? What does your gut feel say? Do you think that they can again push forward, maybe a top two, top three?
Well, it is definitely it is quite tough to it, this IPL is quite tough to predict since all the 8 squads are rebuilt, and then there are 2 new sides as well. So apart from how the teams did at the auction table, it will be a lot about how the players gel together as well. So I don't know. None of us know that how the players will gel together in each side. So it is quite tough. I can just predict on the basis of uh, uh, how the squads have been built. And as I said, it is about the whether the glass is half filled or half empty. And being a Delhi Capitals fan, I am optimistic about certain aspects like Mitchell Marsh clicking for us, Roman Powell clicking for us. I mean, those are really key points. But I think yeah, this Delhi side. They have the potential to go through to the playoffs. I will, if you put me on the spot, I will predict a top four finish for them. But whether they will be in top two, top three, I mean, that is really tough to say right now. But yeah, if you ask me, top four for sure.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of people watching this won't disagree with Shub, because the way Delhi Capitals have played their cricket in the last 2 to 3 years in the IPL, it's fair to say that they've got their mojo back. And hopefully for Rishabh Pant and company, they can go one step further than what they did in 2020. Shub, thanks so much for joining us in this little preview. Of course, there's more with Shub, and you can catch him on Twitter. You can catch all the analysis in cricket.com on our website. Until the next time, it's a goodbye from him and, of course, me as well.